Okay. Come on. Alright, so it's way later than I normally start, but, you know, it's having a couple issues. Like, I do stock music, and that's like royalty-free stuff. I couldn't get the thing to, like, it was like stuck in the queue uploading, and then doing some other stuff. I've been doing this like little bit of a project where any of the singles I released that aren't on a full album, I was like here and there just like, you know, doing a little remaster. There's a lot of them, so it's going to take a while, but I had one where it kept glitching out every time I put this one effect on, and I was like, what the heck's going on? I think one of the files was corrupted, so every time I put the thing on, it would like go and stop the audio, and I had to like resync my interface and everything. It was so bad. So yeah, that was a fun time. I think I said in the beginning, but maybe not, I'm Aaron Hallett. I write original Christian rock. So as far as the original part, I make this stuff up every day. I come out here in the morning and I just want to keep making stuff up, and I have an absolutely ridiculous amount of songs because of that. And I'm just gonna pick a random tuning. So I'm in E. That'll drop me. What did I just select? I can't see the 5 down. Okay. Okay, so I'm kind of feeling the tempo, and I'm gonna guess. Drums, by the way, are just a loop to keep time. I'm actually going to change the sounds out real quick to Modern Massive 2, which is what I've been using. I don't know if I'll leave it in the video because of just, you know, time and stuff. Like, I don't want this thing to be too long, but I couldn't start that. I kept dropping my pick, forgetting the chords, all kinds of stuff. I actually did mess up the chord progression right in the first chorus. I was going to go D, A, C, G, of course assuming the down tuning, but I freaking went to the wrong chord. So I just continued the mistake, and now it sounds on purpose. So with that done, I am going to do the most ill-advised thing ever. Normally, I'm going to copy-paste that right onto a different track. I've got Bias Effects. It's an old plugin, but it's got dual signal routing, pitch shifting, time shifting, and all kinds of stuff. What I'm going to do is overdrive up here, realize I've got a preset with this already, and then just... I'm talking with the mic off again because I'm an absolute dumbass and I cannot remember that to save my life. Anyway, I just hard pan left and right, time delayed. Alright, so I just put on a pitch shifter. It's on dual mono, just going up 1 cent, down 1 cent, one side versus the other. Instantaneous double tracking. I'm going to drop the volume on this output just a little. Oh, it's gonna do that. Okay, that sucks. Alright, so it apparently can't handle all of that processing, so it's shutting it off for low latency mode. So we're gonna pretend this doesn't sound like absolute garbage. Actually, that wasn't as bad as I thought because I forgot the pitch shifter pedal is handling the drop tune. I thought I was going to hear standard tuning and no processing. Chorus, I just color coded it so I know where things are. Like 8 tries later because my brain would not accept that I go to the one chord versus the other. I couldn't hear a thing. I'm gonna change that sound. I just want it to track it. Alright, and then this is going to go way down. This should be B minor. I'm not going to use the pedal for this. So the guitar solo, I played a little like hook thing in the middle of it a couple times. I figured it's so long I wanted to do that, otherwise it was just going to be nonsense shredding, which is really good for a short solo. If I've got like 15-20 second solo max, I'll just go, because it's like the climax of the song, I'm just going nuts. But this was a longer verse, so I just did something a little more ear catching. Got the pedal on. It doesn't work as good on bass, but to a certain point it's acceptable. I'm going to put a EQ on and send it also into another track with a thaw amp on that adds some low end. If it gets below this point, I'll like do other things, but this should work for this song. Let me see though what I want to do. With that tracked, I'm going to do some cleanup stuff. The pedal seems to be worse the lower you go down. I mean, that's not super surprising. Guitar, you barely notice, even if I go down like 3 octaves. I don't know what it is, but that's fine. I make the guitar sound super low, but the bass is like anything past like an A sounds like absolute trash. This is actually B to A is getting a little funky, but most of the wobbliness is on the low end. So all I'm going to do is put on this thing, anything below 60. You can already hear that clean it up. So a lot of the low frequencies are just like weird. Now I just drag a copy down here, and this should be low end distortion, high end clean. Does that sound great? Not particularly, but it works in the mix. Oops. So this copy on the bass track is going through the thaw amp. I'm adding a lot of low dirt and the low frequencies there because that's not wobbly anymore once I add that. I'm compressing it so it doesn't get too spiky, throwing it through sample delay to go a few milliseconds each side, different on each side. Pitch shifter to do the same thing I did for the guitars, threw on this EQ that's actually not doing anything, but just in case I felt like cutting high end off. Suppose I'm not going to use any of these guitar midis, so I'm just going to delete those two, get rid of some extra crap here, and I'll go over to the drum kit. Alright, I just did the drums. I'm about to go in the house, take a little break, put some lyrics down. So I just did my fixed note length thing. So my module spits out note lengths way too long. I use this to just shrink them down. Uniform. I'm also going to go into velocity limiter, on minimum, and then type in 95. So none of my bass drum hits are going to go below this. I'm only affecting the bass drum though. And especially in the beginning here, I've got these little like double bumps with my kick pedal. Actually, I think I was going boop like that. I was not getting those to pick up. I had to reset a few times and I was like, what the hell's going on? Because I just don't hear the hit. It was so fast, my stand was bouncing back a little bit, so it wasn't registering the second hit. So I had to like very loose or lightly tap, so that way they came out. But that's why I definitely had to raise the volume of those hits a lot. I only did it in the beginning, and then I went to like a regular, just 4/4 beat. There is an extra hit right there. I am not sure what's going on there. Oh, wait, I remember. I did do that. Okay, yeah, that's right. So I'm just scanning and making sure I don't see any super darked out notes because that indicates a double trigger. It looks good. All right, I'll be back. I started doing what I call scratch tracks where I just mumble in some stuff to get melody ideas going. Little pre-chorus. Just really bad falsetto and stuff. I actually think I got to go in the house and get some water because I'm like, you know what? I got some lyrics down and I did that. So give me 5 minutes. It's going to be literally the next frame for you, but I just need something. My throat's too dry to sing. I have returned some ginger and a little bit of water. That stuff's magical for cutting through. Although that scream at the end was a little wonky. It might sound good, though. That surprises me sometimes. The worse I think it sounds, the better it is as far as a scream. It sounds amazing. I mean, it sounds like crap, but with some distortion on it and whatnot, it'll sound really crazy. All right, that's verse and pre-chorus. I don't remember the chorus riff or melody, so just do it on a different track. I'm going to mute the pre-chorus and actually... Ba ba ba. Well, that's a song. Kind of came out different than I was expecting it to kind of early on in the process. I said pretty much the same thing in the second verse, so I'm just going to copy paste this thing. These lyrics are going to be copy pasted after I'm done copy pasting this to the bottom of the description box. If you want to know what the heck I'm saying, you can just look right there. The middle of my description box is a big paragraph, and it just has all the places listed that I'm available online if you want to hear my music, purchase or stream it or whatever you do. Top is Bible teaching, so not mine, it's just someone else's, but the thing is, it's really good stuff, and I'm just saying, hey, come check this out. It's PastorMelissaScott.com. What you're going to see there is either the late Dr. Gene Scott or currently Pastor Scott, and their teaching is very on point, super objective. What does it actually say? What were the writers intending? Grammar translation from the original languages, which clears up a whole bunch of stuff, and teaching only without other stuff added. Most other places are taking text out of context. They're adding traditional denominational stuff. They're just doing whatever was passed down and screwing up everything and confusing people. So this is really good teaching, contrasting all of that just goes in and says, what does this actually say? So that being the case, I think it's a good resource to put it there for that reason. If you're looking around for that sort of thing, this will bypass you right past all the other stuff. I'll be out here tomorrow morning because I write a song every single day, give or take, if I got like a doctor's appointment or some kind of thing, but pretty much every day. And I just figure I'll get more practice in, get more experience. I keep trying new things. I'm not afraid of my mix sounding really bad while I'm trying something out, And sometimes I write a good song, sometimes I write a not so good song. It just depends. But I'll be out tomorrow and the next day, and if I do something that doesn't sound great, I probably will do something that sounds good the day after, because that's what practice does. With that said, I'll see you tomorrow. Here comes the final version. Thanks for watching. Bye.